Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Here on my channel, we do fun recaps, reviews, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. This video, we are talking Married to Medicine. Yes, I've watched pretty much all of the previous seasons. I'm trying to remember, was there ever a time where I didn't watch Married to Medicine? I'm not really 100% sure. It could be a season in there. I didn't realize they've had 9 seasons, first of all, y'all. It could be a season in there that I missed, but I'm pretty sure I've watched them all. It just doesn't feel like I've been watching it that long. That's why I'm like, whoa, 9 seasons is kind of crazy, but I guess, that's what it is. All right, so anyway, before we get started, please click that thumbs up button, click that share button, subscribe so you can get all the bell notifications when I upload videos, and comment. I would love to love to know what y'all are thinking of Married to Medicine thus far. The girls are finally back. I think they've been gone for some time now, for like a year or two, right? So anyway, they're finally back. So we got the usual gang. Looks like Amila's got to return, so that's really cool. I think Quad is back as a main character as well, so that's good. I love me some Quad. So anyway, let's get into it. So they kind of do the opening little montage of showing what everybody doing, where everybody at. Looked like Heavenly and her family was, I don't know if that was their main house or that other house they had, the lake house, but she was trying to kill a snake on the dock. Then she started screaming. She didn't do nothing. I don't know what she was doing. They were showing all the lady, Dr. Jackie at her office, and they're booked and busy. They said she's going to come in at 6:45 in the morning if she want to do any of the operations, okay? Then we see Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone in the car together. It looks like maybe they're coming home from work together or something. And I'm so happy to see, sorry about that, y'all. So happy to see Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone back reunited for real, for good. Just because, like, to me, when they're the nucleus of the show. They're like for lack of better words, they're the most level-headed, like, got it going together, the ones you expect the top from. Maybe Dr. Contessa sometimes, although she be wild a little bit. But like Dr. Jackie and Simone, you only want the best from them and for them. So it's like when they're at odds, it just feels like it breaks down the whole nucleus of the show. So I'm glad to see that they really have worked it out since the reunion. So anyway, they're driving home and they're talking about Michael's doing good in Auburn and his new place in college, and talking about how I guess everything's kind of getting back to normal as the pandemic was kind of lifting at this point for them. But still different things going on, of course. And more people are wanting a black doctor. I'm like, shout out to Dr. Jackie and Simone. I would love for one of them to be my OBGYN. That would be like a dream come true. But I don't live down in Atlanta, and I probably wouldn't move to Atlanta. Anyway, sorry, y'all. So they get to Dr. Jackie's house, looks like, and Curtis is showing Cecil this like old school classic kind of car that he's trying to sell, I guess. Showing him the light in the glove box. I'm like, oh, that is old school. So anyway, Jackie's like, I thought you sold this car. And Cecil was like, I am. I've been trying to sell it to Cecil. And so then Dr. Jackie pulls out her phone, and so she has Simone do a commercial. So she starts doing a commercial for the car and talking about the car. I can't remember the type of car it was, and I'm not a car person, so forgive me. And so then Dr. Simone was like, you can get this car for free. You can get these 2 knuckleheads right here. I don't know if she said knuckleheads or what she called them, big heads. She called Cecil and Curtis, so they could drive you around for free. They could do this. And Cecil was like, wait a minute, we need that commercial again. And so then Cecil was like, we need to go take a walk. And no, Curtis said they need to go take a walk. Cecil was like, yeah, we need to go get some wings. Simone said, Dr. Simone said, go to get wings is cold. We're going to the strip club. Cecil's like, yeah, you know, Magic City got the good wings. And when Dr. Simone and Jackie was at odds, you know, me and Curtis missed a lot of opportunities for the wings. And so Simone was like laughing, like, yeah, sorry for that. It's just funny how they'd be like, oh yeah, we're going for the wings. But Atlanta is known for having the good wings and the good strip club. So I already know, I've experienced it. So anyway, the girls go inside and they eating blueberries and snacks and stuff. And so Dr. Jackie talks about how they went to a training in Alabama, I believe. I forgot the name of it, but basically she said they take blood from your body and they do some kind of spinning of it, treatment of it, and they inject it back into, she said it was your menstrual blood or regular blood? I can't remember. But anyway, they inject it back into your vagina and it's supposed to do some things, rejuvenate you and all this stuff. And she said you could do the same thing to the, you know, to the penis. And she was like, it'd make it harder and firmer and bigger and all this stuff. And so Simone was like, and he won't leave me alone if all that's going on. So that was funny. I'm like, dang, Dr. Jackie be up on the latest, man. I love hearing about how Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone, they're always talking about like the latest trainings they're getting. Like they really take, it's just so nice to see how seriously they take their craft is what I'm trying to say. And they're beautiful black female doctors and they're up on their game. Like they ain't no joke, they're not no slouches. Like that's just one reason I love this show. So anyway, and I think I really like the show because it's the women are doctors. Like yeah, some of them are wives of doctors. There's nothing wrong with being that. I would love to be a doctor's wife too. But and at one point I thought I would become an OBGYN, but that didn't work out for me, which is fine. I love being a teacher. It's my calling. But like it's just nice seeing these boss lady doctors doing the damn thing and then seeing them, you know, in their friend group dynamics and with their families. I just love it. So anyway, then we see Miss Quad. We see Miss Quad go over Dr. Heavenly's house. And so we see, well, first Dr. Heavenly is talking to her daughter, Alora, I believe is her name. Alora's gotten so big. I think she graduated high school now. And so as we know, Dr. Heavenly has her beauty shop down in Atlanta. I remember seeing pictures and stuff about that when she came out with that. And so Alora's a big part of that company. She runs a social media page. She runs their website and all that. Dr. Heavenly is asking her when, oh my gosh, I forgot to put on Do Not Disturb. I'm sorry, y'all. So anyway, Dr. Heavenly's like, girl, like how often you about to work in the shop? Because now you got to be back at school. Like you gonna come 8 in the morning to 4 till 6. But the shop's, I mean, the store closes at 8. So she was like, I'll come 12 to 8. I was like, I know that's right. Shoot, Dr. Heavenly's trying to have her working in there all day and all night. She's like, she want to go have fun with her friends. But like, that's cool that she's putting in all the hours there. She's like, yeah, you're going to be working in there. And so then, I guess Alora's waiting for her dad to come home to teach her how to drive because she can't really do her mama. And so Heavenly is saying, you know, Alora is so smart. She has a good fashion sense, unlike me. Like, she's really doing the darn thing. And she really compliments her daughter, and that was nice to see. So Dr. Heavenly, you know, she's funny. She means well. So anyway, Quad came over. The dog was jumping all on her, and she's talking to Laura. She was like, oh, you want your daddy to show you how to drive? She's like, I remember my daddy showed me how to drive, but when I got my first car, it was a Toyota Corolla. She's like, now I was at your birthday party, and you got a, what she said? She got a Hummer or something, or a Jeep or something she got. So, a fancy car she got. So, she was like, yeah, you doing better than me. And so then the dad came home. Daddy, I forgot what Damon, Dr. Damon, I don't want to be calling him Daddy. Dr. Damon came home, and so he decided to go ahead and take Laura to go drive. So Heavenly and Qua was talking, and Qua was talking about how she got her new house, and she immediately had to start doing the renovations and all that. And so Dr. Heavenly's like, you ain't got you a man, a gentleman call or something? And so then she's like, girl, nah. She's like, I don't want to even take $1 from a man because I don't want him to think that, like, you know, he owns something or I owe him something. And I was like, girl, I understand. Sometimes the money ain't worth it, right? We be thinking we get with these men coming up with money, and then you be paying for it on the back end. So no, thank you. So anyway, or some kind of way you're going to pay for it. Ain't nothing free in this life. So, anywho, then Dr. Heaven, Quad is like, when the last time you talked to Contessa? And so then Dr. Heavenly was like, girl, I ain't talked to her in months. Like, after New York, she just kind of ghosted me. I don't understand what happened. Like, I tried to tread lightly. I tried to be delicate what I said. So right there when Heavenly said that, I was like, girl, you ain't never been delicate with your words. So then they like put her screen to the side and bring up Dr. Contessa's screen. And Dr. Contessa was like, Heavenly been so mean to everybody on her social media. So they play, because y'all know Dr. Heavenly has her YouTube page. I think it's called Heaven Help Us or Dr. Heavenly Speaks, something like that. Anyway, I follow it. I think I follow it on my personal YouTube account, not this channel. So anyway, and Dr. Heavenly has said things about all the ladies on the show. They showed a montage of that later on in the episode, but she was talking about Dr. Scott and Contessa's situation a few months ago when she was on her live and saying Dr. Scott is verbally and mentally abusive and all emotionally abusive, whatever she was saying about Dr. Scott. So she talks about the different ladies on her YouTube channel. You know, I understand. I don't think she should do that if they're truly her friends. And if she is going to do that, she needs to talk to them about it first and see if they're okay with it. Or maybe tell them, hey, don't take nothing I say serious. Like, she need to make an arrangement with them of some sort, because that's not right. That's just, I can see why Dr. Contessa's mad. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. And any of the girls. And I think she's got into it with Quad and Toya over this same issue, so it's not new. So anyway, you know, Quad's like, you know, just give her some time, you know, we'll see what happens. All right, so then over at Amila's house, we see Amila's getting ready to do their house blessing. They dressed up in all their garments. It took them a couple years, almost 3 years to get that house done. The house is gorgeous, though. She said that they kept going over budget, and so they're going to do this house blessing ceremony, which is really cool. And we get to see some of the, I believe it's Hindu culture that she is. Anyway, her husband, I can't think of how to say his name right now, but he's like, ooh, that house cost too much. He was like, it was a nightmare. That dream. He's not really here for that house and that money it cost to build that house. And she's like, come on, it's for all of us. So anyway, we see them dressed up in their beauty. I love seeing people in Indian culture and their garments and the beautiful gowns and the headpieces and the gold and the jewelry. Oh, I love it. Like, I want one of the outfits so bad. Like, it's so, like, I would love to have went to Mila's party, so I would have an excuse to wear like that outfit like Heavenly had on or one of the other ladies had on. Like, it was so beautiful, so beautiful. Dr. Contessa, yeah, she didn't understand the assignment. That's okay though. That's okay. Anyway, so the house blessing ceremony, they go downstairs. Her parents and other family members are there. The guys, I guess, saying all these prayers and chants. Did she call them a mantra? She didn't really know what he was saying. I mean, maybe she does. But anyway, then they had a cow come out. So the cow, they had the cow in the house. I said, oh, that is a trip. They had a cow in the house. And yes, y'all, I'm going out of order because it just make more sense in my head sometimes that these kind of shows just go out of order. So anyway, so then the cow pooped in the house. And the mom was like, who gonna clean this up? Like, Mila's like, you need to go around that cow. She's like, oh no, we're not doing this. So I'm like, they really put the cow in the house. That's a trip. But anyway, to each his own, you know, everybody can do different stuff in their culture. So, anywho, then we see Dr. Contessa. So we see her working out, looks like in her driveway with this guy, real buff trainer guy. And she says she's working on getting her body ready to do bodybuilding contests. And she spoke about that, actually, if you guys watched on TV1, AJ Johnson had her show. Was it Life Therapy with AJ or Life with AJ? Whatever it was, where she was doing coaching and life therapy kind of thing with people. And she had Dr. Contessa on one or two episodes, I believe. She had her on a couple times, I thought. Yeah, she had Dr. Contessa on a couple times. And so I remember Dr. Contessa was talking about on there when she was helping different people with their eating and dieting and stuff. And she was talking about how she is doing the bodybuilding thing now. And so it's cool to see that she really is doing that. She wasn't just saying it, right? So he told her to go put on like a bikini and heels so he could see how she's looking like if she's ready to present for the competition or not. And remember also Selena Johnson, I think, had decided to kind of do the same thing. So I'm wondering how Selena Johnson's doing in her journey with that. Anyway, I'm working on getting my body in shape, but I don't know if I would ever want to go the bodybuilder competition route with it. I don't think I'm interested in that, but I am working on my body, y'all. But it's just a work in progress. So anyway, then Dr. Scott pulls up with the kids. So, because we all are on the fence, on pins and needles, wondering like what happened with their marriage. Because remember the reunion for last season, y'all? It was not looking good. I was so disappointed in Dr. Scott, the way he was talking to Contessa, the way he was like not answer questions. But I didn't like how the girls were all up in their mix. I know we doing TV, but I did not like how the girls are all up in their mix. But that's what it was. So anyway, I'm about to get up and turn that air on, y'all. It's hot. So, then Dr. Contessa was explaining to us in her, in the cut scenes that, they were going to file for divorce. They went home and told the kids. They got a realtor. They was about to sell the house. They was really about to get this divorce popping, like divorce papers, everything. And then Dr. Scott said he'll go to therapy. And so they've been going to therapy ever since. They said therapy's been working for them. It's helping them. They're doing better. I really pray that's what it is. I did not want to see them break up, especially for those kids. I liked them together as a family. They work. Yeah, they argued a lot. Maybe they should know how to argue. They said they're learning how to argue better, so that's good. Like, I didn't want to see any of the couples break up when they went through their stuff. Like, when Cecil and Dr. Simone went through their stuff, that was hard to watch. Dr. Jackie and Curtis, that was so hard to watch. Like, the Contessa and Dr. Scott, that was like heartbreaking. That was so heartbreaking. So, the Quad and Greg, was that her husband's name, Dr. Greg? Yeah, he was kind of that one's hard to watch too, but I feel like Wait has been lifted off of Quad, so she seems to be doing better. Like, that was maybe for the best for them. Anyway, so then, like I said, Dr. Scott came up. The kids was like, that ain't my daddy. So then, her kids, Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott's kids have gotten so big. I was like, whoa, the daughter looks like the oldest one, like, woo, she like a teenager now. So anyway, I'm about to go turn this air on, y'all. Okay, so then, Dr. Contessa is saying, she's trying to work. She's just a whole different Dr. Contessa now. She got her life together. She got her body together. Her marriage is coming back together. It's all working. So she's asking the kids, like, you guys gonna support me on this? And she shows them her old, what was it, like a little piece of ticket or something where she did a Miss Missouri competition, I believe, in, was it 2002, I believe it was? Anyway, she had the kids read it, and she said she's just trying to get back to that body, and she's not trying to be like looking ready to single, ready to mingle, okay, like I am, but she, just want to do this because that's what she said she want to do. She had no more excuses not to do it. But if she had to be single again, she ready, okay? So Dr. Contessa basically like, Dr. Scott better get together, okay? And he better get together, and he better come correct this time. So she has the kids like, y'all gonna support me? They're like, yeah, Mom. But then the little boy, he got really big. And the little boy, her son was like, oh, but you cutting close to Halloween, Mom, and the candy. And she said, well, you can give you extra candy to the deployed troops. And then the little girl was like, nah, that's not how that works. So then it's like, dang, the family's all laughing and stuff. So anyway, then we see Quad back at her house, and she is giving treats to her dogs. And then the little boy comes, his name Mason. And he's so cute, and he's like, I want some cereal. She's like, excuse me? He said, may I have some cereal, please? And she's like, you want some cereal? That's what you want to eat? He's like, yes, ma'am. I was like, I know that's right. When I used to go visit Wichita, we always had to say, yes, ma'am. Like, you couldn't just be saying, I want some. Like, you had to come correct, okay? So anyway, Quad lets us know that she's practically raised Mason. That was her little brother's kid. They show a flashback of when she had him as a baby. Oh, he was so cute with his hair and his little chubby thing. Oh, he's so cute. He's cute now too. So, and Mason now is living with her. because his father passed away of some heart failure or heart condition, which was so sad. She said he was only 34. I was like, oh my God, I'm 34. Like, that really like struck me, because I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. I wonder what kind of heart issues they had. And they showed him in the flashback, he didn't look like overweight or anything. So I just wonder what happened. Like, that's really, really scary. And then her mom is also there with her, she said, now as well. So she's had a lot of changes. So that's why she got rid of the condo and she got the house. It's a big, big, beautiful house that Quad has. And so she's talking to Mason. She said, you know, we're going to teach you how to tie your shoes today because I'm tired of tying them for you. I was like, how old is he? You don't know how to tie his shoe? But he looked, maybe he's like 5. He's just a big kid, but I don't think he's that old. So anyway, and that's on point for tying shoes. She was like, you know, we talked to your teacher at the parent-teacher conference, and she said you're a good student, but then you don't be, you know, like finishing your work, or you get distracted. Something the little boy had going on. And she's like, what do you be thinking about when you're not doing your work? And he said, think about his dad. Then he started crying. I was like, oh my God, that was so heartbreaking, y'all. That was so heartbreaking. So then, of course, Quad comforted him, and she was like, you know, we gotta be strong, stick together in this moment. The mama started crying because that's her son. That was heartbreaking. And so then the Mason was like, she's crying because of my dad. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so then she was like, you know, we all gotta be strong and be here for each other. Quad said, you know, some days it's very hard. I can imagine. I can imagine. And so she said, you know, we gotta be strong, just, you know, because we're missing somebody. You know, you got to kind of, you know, suck it up and do what you got to do. And, you know, you got to just basically, you know, you got to move on, even though you're dealing with sadness. You know, you take your time to grieve, but you still got to get done with your responsibilities, is basically what Quad was telling him. And your loved one would want you to, right? So she gave him good advice, I thought. So then, let's go over to Toya's house, y'all. So Toya... Toya moved, so y'all remember hearing in the social media that Toya had sold that big old beautiful house she had built, and they showed that it was sold. Now she lives in a rental property. So she said that house was, you know, it was good, the pool was nice, it wasn't a room for a tennis court, it didn't have the elevator like the rental property does, it wasn't big enough for kids and adults. So I'm like, girl, how? And you had it built the way you wanted, so how? I'm like, that house is big and beautiful. I could have made it work for you. But, you know, Toya, she kind of lives up to the stereotype of what they say about her. Like, yeah, you spending that man's money before he can make it. I would probably be the same way as a wife married to a doctor. I know, I'm going to try not to be horrible. When I get my millionaire, I'm going to try not to be horrible, y'all. But I probably would be bad as Toya. I don't know. Anyway. So she's in the house and she stepped on some egg or something. The one of the little boys didn't clean up, and she yelling at them for the Ashton come clean up the egg. Avery bring the book down. So he get in the elevator, and I guess they not really supposed to use the elevator. And so then she got mad because he used it. Then Dr. Eugene came home and she was like, tell your dad you used an elevator and you broke it. And he's like, well, maybe it's not broken. Let's see. And she told the one son, Ashton, to go put some, it was like some socks or something on the table on the counter, go put them in the basket over there. So he opening them and putting them in there. She's like, I didn't tell you to open it. So he just put it in there. Like, those are gifts for people while you're opening them. And Dr. Eugene was like, well, I would have did the same thing. And then she was like, why you ain't having their bag? He was like, they my boys. And so, you know, Toya yelling across the house at them, of course. They weren't that far away, though, but she was yelling. And Dr. Eugene's like, dang, do you guys got to be yelling? Like, do y'all know how loud the ER is? And y'all doing all this yelling? She's like, this is a black house. Who yelling? And then he's like, well, maybe I need to find somebody quieter. She's like, what, you want a white woman? And so, I don't know why she said that. But then he's like, if they quieter. I'm like, oh, my gosh. But that's true. They should give Dr. Eugene his peace when he come home. Dr. Eugene working every day of the week. He really is. He working his fingers down to the bone for his family. I love it. So anyway, Toya lets us know that she was invited to Amila's housewarming and Diwali celebration. And the little boy came to the front door to invite them. And she's in the car like, girl, come on. Yeah, I want to see you come. And so it was kind of a half-assed invitation to, I get what Toya's saying. So Toya's like, I don't know if we go into that. And Eugene is like, you know, I would advise somebody with good intentions, so I hope they would do the same for me. And she's like, I ain't seen the good people like you. So then we see Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott getting ready for the party, and Dr. Contessa's like, she's not in the mood to see Heavenly. She ain't talked to all the girls like that. She only talked to a couple of them. She's like, we ain't got to wear the garments and they traditional stuff like that. We got plenty of Indian friends. We don't go dressed up in their culture every single time. And Dr. Scott was like, yeah, I don't want them coming in daishiki over here. I'm going to beat them up. They're like, all right. So that's why they came looking the way they was looking, because they was like, we're not putting in the effort for this. So, which to me, I think they just didn't get their outfits at the time. They was like, we're going to do the best we can with what we got. Okay. So I ain't mad at them. No. I kind of liked Dr. Contessa's outfit, but it was not meeting the assignment though. It wasn't. So, and it was giving real Halloween costuming, but it's fine. She was still looking pretty. So then we see them get down to the house. We see Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, and their husbands driving in the car, and they're talking about what Diwali is and getting rid of the bad, bringing in the new. And they flash back to when they did the what's the one with the paint and the colors that they do? It's not Diwali. I can't think of the name of that one. Is it Devesh? No, I can't think of the name of that one, but I know what it's called. I know it. Holly. It's called Holly, I think. When they spray all the colors around. I think it's called Holly. I talked about this in my classroom before, so I know a little bit about these holidays. So anyway, so they get down to the party. The party looks gorgeous. I love all the colors, love all the tradition. We see Quad is already there, getting ready with Amila, doing her hair. She gets some henna tattoos done. I used to love to get henna done. And so then we see everybody's arriving. They do this big old grand entrance to the traditional, like, Hindu entrance. And is his name Karma or Karam, Amila's husband? He's a doctor also, by the way. I believe he's a plastic surgeon. He didn't like how he was announced. He's like, he don't say my name, you better say it right. I was like, I know that's right. So then Toya, she was like, and her husband, Dr. Eugene, were like the last ones to arrive on their little golf cart, because, you know, they live around the corner. Toya's also having another house built. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so we see, you know, everyone's arriving. Curtis messed up Quad's henna tattoo because he touched her hand. I'm like, Curtis, you just never learn. So, you know, everyone's there. They're celebrating with them. I think at this point, Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott had arrived as well. She does like a little tour of the house, Amelia does, and she said their furniture was all free from her. Is it vlogging with a V or blogging with a B? I don't know. Either way, she'd be on the internet. And, you know, she take pictures with stuff to sell it. I'm like, girl, I need to get on that. I need to really get on that. And she said that's how she got all the furniture in the house for free. Because you guys know that she will take pictures with things and post it for, she does social media advertising for money, basically. And so that's how she got all the furniture for free. And even her husband was like, I can't believe it. Like, she's like, yeah, I got everything this time for free. And she had a nice room, like her primary bedroom, because y'all know we ain't up to say master bedroom anymore, which I'm still used to saying, but the primary bedroom was gorgeous with the little swing seats. And she's like, we got swings up in here. It was cute. Everything was cute. They showed her content creator room and all that. So her house is gorgeous. And then her husband said something in the confessionals about it being a forever home, and she's like, oh, you caught me off guard there, because this is like, to her, I tell Mila it's not a forever home. I'm like, girl, better be your forever home. But, you know, these people got money, so I get it. If I had the money, I would be the same way. So anyway, then like I said, the party's going real well. Mila changed to like a red dress, and she did like a traditional dance, and Karam, he's gonna dance as well. We do see Quad and Dr. Contessa have a little chit chat, and Quad was like, you gonna go over there and talk to Heavenly? Dr. Contessa was like, nope, not feeling that, not doing that today, not here for it. I was like, I don't blame you, because it's better than let's start an argument and talk to somebody you didn't really want to. So I was glad that she was, you know, level-headed enough to say, like, no, I'm not about to make up with her right now. I'm not in that space. So it is what it is. And Quad was like, well, I know she's really hurt for not talking to you. Like, she's really hurt. And you know, Quad's like, I understand, no. And they showed the montage of have Dr. Heavenly talking about everybody. She talked about Quad, she talked about Toya, she talked about Dr. Contessa, she talked about Dr. Jackie's husband, she talked about everybody. I mean, wasn't Simone mad at her last season, the beginning of last season, for talking about Cecil online getting into it. So this is a trade of Dr. Heavenly's. Like, we're not surprised. So anyway, so like I said, Dr. Contessa wasn't here for it. Toya over there looking for Patron, following Mila's mama around trying to find that Patron. We see the fellas talking, and you know, they're really congratulating on Karam on the house and saying like, wow, like you had this built, like this is a pretty big deal. And they're asking everybody how they're doing. Dr. Scott said he's doing well. You know, practice is going good, the kids is going good, everything's good. Curtis was too ready to be like, yeah, because I'm glad. I was wondering, man, because last year it wasn't, you know, it wasn't looking so good. And he was like, yeah, you know, there's a lot of miscommunication. So he named a bunch of words. I'm just like, oh, Dr. Scott, don't do this what you did last year, please. Please don't do this year what you did last year, sir. Like, we watching you, Dr. Scott. So anyway, Cecil's like, you know, marriage is a drama, and the key to it is just getting through the drama. And he can speak from experience, because remember when Dr. Simone and Cecil had their thing, and like I said, Curtis and Dr. Jackie had their thing. So they're like Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon. Except for they don't, I guess they don't got through problems. They're real romantic, so they're like making a joke. Oh, at the beginning of the party, some lady was talking to Dr. Damon, and Dr. Heavenly was like, why she got to be all in his face like that? I don't like that. And then I can't think of the white girl's name. I can't think of her name right now, but she was trying to interject and say something like, oh, Dr. Damon, she doesn't like, you know, talking to another girl. And Dr. Heavenly's like, she need to mind her business. What is that white girl's name that's always on the show floating around? I can't think of her name. If y'all remember her name, drop it down in the comments. Is it Carrie? It's Carrie. Carrie. It just came to me. So Carrie was over there, you know, messing with Dr. Heavenly, as she always is, about Dr. Damon. Oh, speaking of Dr. Damon and Dr. Heavenly, they bought a new couple on the show, Monique, and I can't remember her husband's name, but he's a dentist in Atlanta, and he was also talking with the fella. So maybe there'll be a new couple on the show. I don't know, but they didn't say nothing. The husband said more than the girl. The wife didn't really chime in. She kind of stood there and looking like she know what she was supposed to do or where she's supposed to be. So hopefully she actually gets starts speaking so she could solidify her spot on the show, because I'm sure this is like our audition. Y'all know how these shows go. Anyway, and yes, I did jump around, so hope y'all good with that. I'm trying to remember, did we get it all? I think we covered everything. Like I said, it wasn't too much going on in this opening episode. It was just a good, like, catch us up, see how everybody's doing kind of episode. I think the drama's gonna pick up in the next couple weeks, but this was a good, let's see where everybody's at as far as with their families, with their love life, with their houses, and with each other as the friend group dynamic. It was a good, like, let's see everybody doing. Catch me up. It was a good catch me up episode. But other than that, it wasn't really nothing popping off. Like I said, you know, it was a good celebration of Diwali. Next week to come, we see they're going to try to have an intervention with Dr. Heavenly about her running her mouth. I don't think it's going to go well, so I'm interested to see that. Other than that, like, that episode wasn't really giving that much. Like I said, it was just a good old catch us up on how the girls is doing, down to the Married to Medicine episode. So y'all let me know what y'all thought of the episode, and we can talk about it in the comments even more. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.